Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 1. I am still joined by my brother Jesse.
Yay!
Last we left off, we were checking out the guild hall. So you may have noticed this little billboard that's over here to the back. Again, not something that stands out, but you do want to try and explore your environment wherever you go in this game. The billboard is actually not only important, but plot important. You see, we got some points for that. Alright, let's check these out. Reward for return of lost ring. Inquire at the healers. This poster is rather dusty and faded. The picture is of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielburg. Inquire at Spielburg castle gates.
Now that doesn't seem like it's a whole lot, like 50 gold coin, but I can tell you that when you start getting into it and you realize how much a gold coin is actually worth, that's a huge reward for this game.
In terms of the actual scale, it's 100 gold, or 100 silver equals 1 gold, and I think it's 100 copper equals, or is it 10 copper that equals 1 silver?
I think it's 10. I think it's 10 and 10, but still, like, 2 silver buys you a healing potion, and so, you know, 1 gold will buy you 5 of them, so you're pretty good to go at that point.
Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielburg castle gates. Wanted: brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance. Wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and the title of Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielburg castle gates. A lot of these go back to the Spielburg castle gates. Notice: spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. This poster seems to have been here a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielburg. Inquire at Spielburg castle gates. Of course, where else? So these are all missions that we will have to tackle, actually, in this game. And knowing what we're up for is actually kind of important, too. We can't interact with the billboard, at least I don't recommend it. Let's see, let's touch the tapestry. The tapestry feels very old and very fragile. Oh, so they won't let us break it straight out. Damn. Alright, so it looks like this old guildmaster doesn't do too much in adventuring anymore. Still, he looks like he was plenty tough in his day, and he probably has many a tale to tell. In between sleeping. Okay. Let's try talking to him, if I can remember what the mouth icon looks like. He's got big lips. The guildmaster appears to be hard of hearing. Perhaps you should get closer. Wait, actually, how about you read him?
Ugh, I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. It's so seldom that we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed.
Okay.
And the end.
That's it. He goes back to polishing his sword, as wont to do.
Yes, as I was saying, where were we?
So you can ask about all sorts of things. Let's ask about the guild hall, as that is the... Well, let's ask his name first.
I am Wolfgang Abentur, the guild master of this hall.
Ah, so this is the guy who's killed, like, fucking half the creatures here, and the dialogue box disappeared. Let's ask about the guild master.
I am supposed to keep track of all the adventurers and make sure they sign their names in the log. There was a time when I would go out and rescue foolhardy adventurers who would got into too much trouble, but I don't get out much now.
Can't imagine how that happens. Alright, so something else. This is the dialogue. This is how you do dialogue in this game. Normally, you would actually have to type in your questions in the original version, so having it all laid out for you makes it a lot easier. Alright, let's ask about the guild hall.
This is where an adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. There are many jobs on the bulletin board over there. It also is a good place to talk about adventures on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well, but there are too few adventurers in Spielburg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old. Kind of like me.
Well, let's ask about adventurers, because everything brings up new information, and you can go on these little mapped out dialogue trees.
Did I ever tell you about the time when Schultz and I rid the Valley of Antwerps? Yeah, we were real adventurers then, and this was a real guild hall. Now all we're just old men, and this is just a place to tell old stories.
So you can actually click adventurers and get new stories each time. So let's see.
Did I ever tell you about
it's
the
the same
time
one.
when she like cut me off? Like, no.
No, well, we just did it. Do you want to read it three times?
Like, I could just, as the player, and the guy is sitting there like, did I ever tell you about the... No, God, don't tell me about it again.
I don't need to hear it. Monsters.
You can see some of the types of monsters that lived around here if you look at our walls. There are trolls, griffins, cheetahs, mantrays, and goblins wandering in the woods.
Griffins spelled completely different from how it's spelled elsewhere. And mantrays, yes, we will encounter those as well.
I hear that there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in the valley. There was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here, but we're just too old for that now.
Did I tell you that we got rid of monsters? Did I tell you about the time we got rid of most of the Antwerps? Oh, God.
Oh, my God. We're not really going to talk about all these things, are we?
Why not?
Okay,
you don't like
let's
doing...
do it.
You don't like doing the voice for him?
I keep messing... okay. Trolls are very tough. Fortunately, they only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night.
They are, and that is actually an important piece of information. The monsters that come out at night are much more deadly, much more likely to kill you with one hit, especially early on. As an adventurer, if you start this game, do not go out at night until you have actually fought more creatures and built up your experience. And we'll talk about the stats and stuff like that as that goes on.
The Saurus is a monster easy to avoid and easy to kill for a skilled adventurer.
Mm-hmm. And again, a lot of this is actually good information to know because to get started, we'll want to kill a Saurus.
Ogres are not like... are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright, though.
Alright.
Goblins are not tough, but when they gang up, they can take out an unwary adventurer.
And in terms of ganging up, they don't typically do so, but there is an area in this game where they do lurk. And it's actually an endurance section where you can actually defeat whole hordes of goblins, building up slowly. Like there's one battle and you fight one, and then there's a second battle and you fight two of them. You bite? Do not bite goblins.
Yeah, they've got things you probably don't want in your mouth.
Or anywhere near you, for that matter.
Cheetahs are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed.
I would know personally. I was reduced to shreds, but I got better.
Those weird things are magical. They are best avoided.
The mantrays. They are magical. They show up at night, and they will appear... Oh, Saurus Rex, which is different from a Saurus.
Don't mistake those things for Sauruses. When they come at you, it's sometimes best just to run away.
Again, really good advice. So something else goes back one level on the tree, the dialogue tree. So we can ask about the bulletin board.
Over on the wall over there is where... Over on the wall, over. He's redundant. Is where the jobs are posted for adventurers. Some have been there a long time now. There just aren't too many good adventurers around here lately.
And some of this will end up being repetitive because they want to make sure that you hear... By the way, we need a hero. By the way, did you know that there are no adventurers? Can you be a hero?
You know, by the way, it just so happens that we need a hero, and oh, did you want to be a hero? Perfect.
So you want to be a hero? Alright. Reward.
You need to talk to either the Baron or the healer about that.
Okay. Healer.
Her house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman.
I'm just picturing the hero standing there, like, with these dialogue options, and then, like, just talking to him and, like, Castle!
The castle is just north of the healer's house. Something else!
Something else! Trophies!
Schultz and I killed most of the monsters on those walls.
Okay.
Here we go.
Dragon!
Dragon! One day, years ago, A pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. We adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielburg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see on the wall, and the other one flew off. I hear people see the other dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but it has never dared to attack us again.
And Antwerp!
This valley was overrun by those odd monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of the things. We might have failed even so, had it not been for those two peculiar tourists who came to our aid.
The two guys from Andromeda. Let's ask about those tourists.
They said that they were from some place called Andromeda. Must have been someplace south of here, I guess. They certainly were odd.
Yeah. Something else. Moose.
That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off.
Over at the Sierra Online prop department. Troll.
I remember the day I killed that one. Wait, no, yeah. I killed one. It was the biggest I had ever seen. It put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall.
And a lot of like I said, a lot of these are creatures that we will encounter. The dragon, not so much. Alright.
Watch out for cheetars! I bear the scars of my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still, it is stuffed, and I am still alive.
So wait, you bear the scars on the wall?
It is not very specific.
No.
I remember when Hans killed the one there. It was a tough fight for him.
Hans Hafwitten.
He wasn't much of an adventurer, but he did manage to kill a Saurus before he made the mistake of tangling with a troll.
Do we have a trophy of Hans? No. Okay. Probably not a question that... Okay, so... Something else! Something else! Something else! Okay. Let's ask about Spielburg, because Curse we don't know anything about just yet.
Spielburg town is small now that most people... Wait, is small now that most people have been driven off by the brigands. This is such a pretty place, too, with the mountains, forests, and waterfalls.
And we can ask about all of these
mountains! The mountains surrounding this valley are very high, as well they should be. Snow covers the tops all year long, as they usually do. The only way out of Spielberg Valley is through the pass, though I hear that it is blocked by snow again.
By the way, we only managed to make it in here, into the town, right before the pass was actually blocked by snow. So
that's a common theme with the games. We get trapped everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm. So we can't leave until we're a hero.
The forests are full of monsters and strange creatures. I bet you it makes us talk about them again. There are some nice waterfalls to the southeast of town. They fill Mirror Lake, which is lovely but icy cold all year round.
Okay, well, let's ask about the waterfalls.
Don't go chase it. No, okay. There are some nice waterfalls to the southeast of town.
Which I just said.
Oh. It's
oh,
done.
Wait, did it just repeat dialogue?
It did? I think you asked about waterfalls.
No, but I asked about the forest, and then it... Yeah.
Oh, it did.
It did repeat the dialogue. Okay, so you can
That's
ask about the
lazy.
forest, and then also get the bonus of the waterfalls, just in case you missed it the first time. Alright, let's ask about the town.
This town used to be a thriving city before the brigands drove most of the people off. See, this is the thing, though, is that they're going to talk about everything.
They are, but this is one of the reasons why you end up wanting... You do want to come here first, is because you get the details surrounding the game. It gives you the context of the world that you're dealing with, and a lot of what you're looking for in town. So let's ask about the magic shop.
Magic shop! I don't know much about magic, but the woman who runs that place scares me.
Probably should be scared of her, actually.
Caspar at the store would like to be an adventurer, or so he says. He spends too much time dreaming and not enough doing, I think.
Fair enough. So that was the dry goods store. Let's ask about the tavern.
I have never liked that place. The bartender smiles all the time, but he's not very friendly. Crusher lives up to his name. He's nasty even for a goon.
Let's ask about Goon.
A goon is a lot like an ogre, but not as tough, but a little smarter. The sheriff's Otto and Crusher at the tavern are both goons.
Okay. Bakery.
I think the bakery is almost always closed now. The baker tries to stay away from his wife.
And the butcher?
I don't think the butcher shop is open much anymore either.
And Farmer's Mart?
The farmer's mart is run by the centaurs. Heinrich... Oh, great.
Fairdeferden.
Perfect! Fairdeferden and his daughter Hilde.
Centaur.
There are not too many centaurs in this land. Henrik and Hilde are good people.
Heinrich.
Heinrich! Heinrich!
Heinrich! Okay.
A Heinrich maneuver!
And Schultz Meisterson.
Schultz Meisterson and I have been friends a long time. He too was once a real adventurer. Now he's just the sheriff of this town.
Otto?
I like Otto, even if he is a goon. Schultz has him almost trained.
Alright, we don't need to ask about Goon again. So some of these dialogue trees will even overlap. So let's ask about Curse, even though we haven't really heard much about it. But this will, well, this will give us some context for, again, the world that we're dealing with.
Yeah, with the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters, and now the brigands, it has just been one thing after another.
Baba Yaga, by the way, you may recognize the name because that is actually based on a real folklore tale, a real character in such things. Well, let's ask about the Baron. I mean, we've seen a lot of his deeds here.
Baron von Spielburg was once a brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when I was younger. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the Baron had not angered Baba Yaga. Now it is said that he goes nowhere and sees no one.
Let's ask about his son.
Now there was a hero, and worthy of the name Bernard von Spielberg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large claw marks on it. No sign of Bernard's Bardi was ever found.
Bernard's Bardi.
Bernard's Bardi.
Bardi. The Baron's daughter?
Elsa was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky blue eyes. She was her father, the Baron's joy.
Commas would have been helpful.
10 years ago, she was carried off by something which flew over the wall and away with her. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up except the Baron's jester, Yorick.
Yorick?
Yorick was a funny little man, but brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for Baron's Elsa.
Okay. Baba Yaga.
She is the center of our problems, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave this valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero.
Just in case you haven't guessed already that this valley needs a hero, let's reiterate that.
And talk about heroes. A real hero is someone who didn't start out strong or powerful, but uses his courage and brains and skills to become the best he can be.
So hint hint, you're not going to start out the most powerful, but you will eventually become pretty damn powerful. Alright, and brigands.
There is a reward for anyone who can stop the brigands by capturing or killing the leaders of the brigands. You should read the bulletin board for more details.
You should read the bulletin board for anything. And everything. Alright. And that's enough already.
Enough already!
Enough already! God damn it, shut the fuck up! Okay. For those of you who still have your eardrums intact, I'm going to go into the magic shop. Because he did mention that he was kind of scared of the magic shop owner. and with the eyeball kind of following us around. Now, we don't actually have much business in here, as we are not magic users, but the burning incense fills the room with a strange fiery scent. You see a wide variety of arcane objects. For example, scrolls covered with mysterious symbols and arcane incantations. There are a few Dead Sea Scrolls, a couple of Red Sea Scrolls, a C++ scroll written in assembly language, and others even more esoteric. There's a cat meowing outside my door. A mortar, complete with traditional pestle.
I think the cat might be trying to tell you something.
Like, it's almost, well, yeah, like he needs attention. It's a blue bottle of blue bottle flies. It's a bowl of pretty little fish, and you can actually see them animated in there. This strange globe radiates with an eerie light. It looks like a sculpture of a weird bat-winged creature. Alright.
Well, should we stop here?
It's gonna be another minute before that happens. But
Oh,
close. Oh. Actually, you're kind of right, but I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. Alright, I'm out of here then. I'm rude.
Well, thanks for that. Bye!
We'll actually probably talk with her more. Well, there's really not much that we can figure out from her. But we are, as my brother pointed out of time for this installment of Let's Play Quest for Glory 1. But I hope to join you next time, where we continue through this game. Sorry this was a particularly talky-heavy episode. I suppose that's going to be true of a lot of things. But we'll eventually get to the action. I promise. Alright, hope to see you then.
Okay, bye.